Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today we're going to be talking about 10 different things that you can declutter in the bathroom. And the bathroom is mostly intended to be a functional place. It's where we get ready in the morning, and honestly it's not a place where we spend too much of our time throughout the day, hopefully at least. But it is definitely a place where we tend to accumulate a lot of clutter in our houses, whether that's underneath the cabinets, inside of them, things bursting out of them, or things being on the counter. The bathroom definitely is a place where a lot of us accumulate clutter. So today we're going to be talking about 10 different things that you can get rid of in your bathroom so that you can have a space that's more intentional and functional. I'm super excited to get into it, but before we do, if we don't know each other yet, hi, my name is Ashlynne, and I make videos twice a week on this channel about minimalism and intentional living. So if you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that red subscribe button down below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and discuss the first thing that you can declutter from your bathroom, which is counter clutter. Now, the counter in most bathrooms is prime real estate. It's what we use to get ready, and it always seems to be more cluttered than we want it to be. Now, what I would suggest is to really just figure out what is necessary on your counter, whether that's a toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever that is for you. Figure out what's necessary to be on your counter, and then remove as much as possible off of that counter so that you can use it to help you get ready better in the morning. The more space you have as you're getting ready, the easier it is. And so by removing some of the clutter from off of your counters, you're really going to be able to use that space, that real estate more intentionally. Now, number 2 is towels. And I mentioned this in the 10 things to declutter from your bedroom video, that a lot of Americans tend to kind of accumulate sheets like there's no tomorrow. I think the same thing can be said though of towels in the bathroom. So the approach that I like to take here is to have one towel for as many people as you could have staying with you at a period in time. So Christopher and I have enough room to sleep 6 people, so we have 6 towels so that if we've got 6 people over, everyone can take a shower and nobody has to share a towel. And I think that if you take that kind of approach to it, it's a really easy way of having an intentional number of towels that is functional for you, but that also isn't going to be too little or too much. Moving on to number 3, it is hairbrushes and combs. And I know that growing up, my family had upwards of 14 hairbrushes at a given time. Now there were 4 girls in the family, but that's still quite a few per person. One of the reasons why we tend to have a lot of brushes and combs in our houses is because we feel like we're always losing them. But what I would suggest is that sometimes if you've only got one item, you're less likely to lose it than if you have 4 of that item. So like if you've only got a single phone, you value it more because you've only got one of it, and you don't lose it as often as if you had multiple. So try going down just to 1 brush and 1 comb, and I think you might be surprised at how much functionality you can get out of just a single item. Next up, number 4 is trial and travel sized items. And I think that especially as females, we can definitely be prone to accumulating either accidentally or on purpose so many different trial sized items. Go through your cabinets, go through all of your toiletries, figure out what sample and trial sized items you've never actually used and you probably will never use, and definitely go ahead and declutter those. They're not going to be doing you any good just sitting around in your cabinet. And of course, if there are travel-sized items that you use and you use them frequently when you go on trips, by all means keep them. Just be willing to, when they get empty, declutter them at that point. Okay, number 5 is makeup, and I could probably do an entire video just on this topic, but in summary, as you're decluttering your makeup, look at what items are old, expired, the wrong color, the formulation isn't right, you've just never touched them for whatever reason. There's so many different reasons why a certain item of makeup might not be the right fit for you, and that's perfectly fine. Just go through and evaluate what is usable and what isn't. And if you have any items that you, for whatever reason, have never actually touched, definitely go ahead and donate those to a local women's shelter. Those can definitely be put to good use. But on the whole, when you're looking at your makeup items, I really suggest considering what do you actually use on a daily basis, and keep those items and be willing to let go of the rest. Okay, next up, I don't know exactly what to call this category because it's a little bit broad and vague, but we'll call it beauty appliances for lack of a better term. This would include any straighteners, hair curlers, crimpers, foot baths, any kind of like electric beauty appliance that you don't use. It is not uncommon at all to have quite a few different electronic beauty appliances that really just go unused. So if you fall into this category, what I would really suggest doing is consider, what do I actually use on a regular basis and what do I get value from on a regular basis? If there's something that meets both of those categories for you, then great, go ahead and keep it. And if it doesn't, go ahead and declutter that item. Next up, number 7 is nail polish and nail kind of paraphernalia. So whether you have old nail polishes that have kind of congealed, colors you never use, nail files that are worn out or that you never use, nail clippers that you have too many of, this can really be anything, but really just go ahead and consider, as far as your nail care goes, do you have any items that aren't being used, that are old, that don't work anymore, or that you've simply used up? If any of these are the case for you, that item probably is not adding value to your life. It's really just serving to clutter up your bathroom, and it's best just to get rid of that item. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Next up is hair removal products and shaving gear. And I feel like as women, a lot of us will own at least one method of hair removal, but often multiples, despite us always having our preference of how we like to have our hair removed, be that through waxing or some kind of hair removal cream or through shaving. At one point in time, I had all 3 of those options, when really I preferred shaving and used that almost exclusively. So if you have a preferred hair removal method, consider keeping just the items related to that, and in that category only the items that you use related to that, and go ahead and get rid of the rest. Also guys, if you're watching, I know there's often more shaving equipment associated with men's shaving than there is with women, so go through the same process and figure out what of it you actually use, and feel free to declutter the rest. Moving on, number 9 is bathroom cleaning supplies, and there is literally a cleaner for every single little item in the bathroom that you can possibly imagine. But in reality, an all-purpose cleaner and a couple of other items are probably all you need to clean your bathroom on a regular basis. So if you have a lot of paraphernalia associated with what you use to clean the bathroom, figure out what of it actually gets used and go ahead and declutter the rest of it. If you want to go ahead and use up the items that you have before decluttering the bottle, then that's totally fine. Just actively plan on not repurchasing that item once it gets used up. But that being said, if you do have a really niche cleaning product that you're probably never going to actually use up, I don't think it's wrong to go ahead and declutter it if it's not being used. And finally, number 10 is hair and skincare products. And there are literally so many different serums and mists and cleansers and washes and all kinds of different hairsprays, and there are just so many different options for items that you can have related to hair and skincare. The best advice I can give for you here is to figure out what you use, what you like the smell of, and how you like the way it works, and keep those items. And then if you have any items that, once again, you were given, you tried out, they didn't work, they just don't fit your body, they don't work for you, anything like that, if it's not being used, if it doesn't work for you, go ahead and declutter those items. I know that there can sometimes be a bit of guilt associated with getting rid of perfectly good products, even if they don't work for you, but I will just throw this out there. If all they're going to do is sit in your cabinets and collect dust, never actually being used, what difference does it really make? It's only getting not used in a different place. And so in order to kind of create that refreshing, clean, useful environment that you want your bathroom to be, go ahead and declutter those, and I think you'll be better off in the end for it. Well guys, those are the 10 items that I suggest decluttering from your bathroom so that you can create a really intentional and simple space that allows you to do what the bathroom is meant for. Functionally get ready and do your business. I don't think that the bathroom should be this cluttered space where we have difficulty using the room for what it was intended for. So go ahead and go through each of these suggestions, declutter those items, and I think that you'll really be able to enjoy the simple and intentional space that you've created as a result. If you've decluttered your bathroom recently and you've been able to experience some kind of benefit from it, definitely go ahead and let me know what that experience was like in the comments below. And also, if you think that there's anything I've missed that you can declutter in the bathroom, comment that below as well. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video and you have not already, definitely hit that red subscribe button down below for more minimalism and intentional living content coming at you twice a week. I love you guys all so much though. Thank you so much for watching, and and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.